feel like we could beat these niggas. Oh, so it was the bull. So yo, I gotta play the Bulls right after just losing the cup. Run it.
Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action on 2K Sports. Hi, everyone. Kevin Harlan with me tonight. Stan Van Gundy and Greg Hampton. And Alan Force is reporting on the sideline. And how about a look at the most recent power ranking? Very telling, even though, guys, we're just still in December. Take a look at the Timberwolves. They're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
And now for the Cavs. They're still in the middle of the pack, but moving in the wrong direction. Need to start putting some things together.
Look at Cleveland's starting group. They've got
Darren and Coop. Ooh. With a restart. Ooh. Yeah. Might be a wrap. Might be a wrap.
Kongwu. Isaiah Joe is out there with ball. Then it's Naz Reid. And it's Banchero in at the 3 spot. And for Chicago, Gordon out there with Risa Shea. Then it's Austin Reed. Then it's Harden. And it's Kessler in at the 5. We are really in the thick of the regular season now, Greg. Do you like what you've seen so far?
Absolutely. You can tell that everyone came to play this year. The game just keeps getting more advanced, and the skill level continues to rise.
Well, you want Kessler involved in the offense. That's the kind of shot you're looking for.
And it's Ball penetrating, and Ball slams it in.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up the team.
Reed has a great ability to finish, and he knows how to work inside.
Okongwu with a screen on Harden to the inside. And Okongwu slams it in.
Precise delivery on the pass. Led him perfect.
And so Harden will bring it up for the Bulls. And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
I caught up with head coach Billy Donovan. Coach and I talked about the ways that Paolo Banchero is used on offense and how his defense will respond. He said with Paolo, he can deploy in any area of the floor and be effective. Personally, I think he's the most dangerous at the elbows, but he can go to work anywhere. You have to know where he is at all times. Guys, back to you.
All right, Allie, thank you.
And we knew LaMelo was talented coming into the league. What we didn't quite know was how much of an impact he would make in terms of controlling the flow of the game.
At least try to.
And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play.
Not really worried about it.
Harden the pass to Reeves.
Already gonna get on this one. We don't need AR.
Back to Harden. 6 on the shot clock. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Well, this offense is off to an outstanding start. They're communicating, executing, and finding great shots.
Now, here's Ball. 23 points his last outing. The 3 from Banchero. Reeves outside. Pass to Risa Shea. Outside Gordon. On the wing, Reeves. Gordon with the screen for Reeves. And Isaiah Joe picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. And the Cavaliers making a change here. Schroeder's checked in. Harden has a wide open look. And the 3 ball is good. Harden's got 7.
And that time converting off the catch. Harden showing a little bit of everything tonight.
And we've got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. Shams, what's the story?
Well, there was a bit of uncertainty over the summer about whether the Bulls would stick with Billy Donovan or not. He also received some interest from the Knicks, but that was cleared up when the organization chose to extend him on a multi-year deal. It cements his role with the team as they continue to build. Guys, the Bulls have committed to Billy Donovan for the long haul.
He knows his stuff. Hey, Shams, thank you very much. Last game for Chicago, it was a loss to the Nuggets in Ball Arena. At the floor, and it's Banchero missing. Bulls leading by 3. On the wing, Reeves. He's guarded by Schroeder. Stolen by Reed. Banchero inside. Coming off a solid outing against Philadelphia.
And what a strong finish from Banchero. His guys love when he throws it down.
And Billy Donovan wants a timeout. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. So Chicago ends up going with the new group. A big group substitution here for Cleveland. Miles Turner, he's checked in for Reed. John Collins comes in for Okongwu. Alex Caruso, he's checked in for Banchero. And Poole subbed in for Ball. Here's Williams, and it's Williams finishing it off.
Well, he's a bit of an undersized center. However, his leaping ability can certainly mask that.
Shot from the wing. Moves back up. The shot by Turner, no good. And they blow the whistle for a foul. He was trying to disrupt the fast break opportunity. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for the Bulls.
Well, their game plan has been very effective so far. They're working the ball inside, putting constant pressure on the defense.
And also have to bring up their passing game. They've been moving the ball with great precision so far and creating great looks for their teammates.
Now, here's Poole. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Back to Collins. Pass to Poole. Sinks that one from the post.
The more effective Poole is inside, the more headaches he causes for the defense.
Monk against Poole. The shot's good from Monk. We've got 28 seconds left in the first quarter. Collins setting the big for Poole. To the middle. Alvarado with the steal. Here's Wiggins. Here's Clowney. The wing jumper off target. Here's Schroeder. And no good on the last second attempt this time. The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first quarter. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. Looking at what we've seen from the Bulls, what do you guys think?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
Yeah, and that's helped them get the lead. But we'll have to see if they can sustain this offensive output.
So with Harden on the bench, here's the group that Billy Donovan has on the floor. Malik Monk out there with Jose Alvarado. Then it's Wiggins. Then it's Austin Reeves. And it's Williams at the 5 down low. Reeves with it. He's covered by Banchero. 13 feet away. That misses off the backboard. And you watch Paolo Banchero. GA offensively, he is a load to deal with.
Yeah, I mean, he can cross you up, hit you with the spin move, score over either shoulder. This young man is a force.
Now, here's Monk. We saw him with 19 points his last outing. Here's Ball, and Ball slams it in.
And a little bit of showmanship from Ball on that slam, displaying some athletic ability.
Alvarado passes to Reeves. Back to Alvarado. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Reeves with the screen on Caruso. It's stolen by Banchero. Caruso with the ball. Now guarded by Monk.
Boy, have they gotten hot here in the second quarter. No wonder they're in front.
And Billy Donovan wants a timeout. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. James Harden, he's checked in for the Bulls. And it's Harden with the ball for the Bulls. 4-point game. Harden so good at absorbing contact.
And for Harden, finishing through contact is just part of the job description. He gets bodied up almost every time he takes it inside.
And it's ball penetrating. A wide open look here for Caruso. No good from outside. For Chicago, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Banchero against Harden. It's stolen by Banchero. Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Thanks a lot, guys. Paolo Banchero is trying to become more vocal. He said being the best player on the team, you've got to speak up. You can't ever be quiet because at the end of the day, I'm a high-Q player. I see the game really well, and if I'm not out there talking the game, it's doing everyone a disservice. Kevin, back to you.
Outstanding. Allie, we appreciate the report. Now, Banchero. After the missed 3. And Craig is a former point guard in this league. Give us your top floor generals of all time. The guys that could direct the floor and could control a game.
Wow. If we're talking traditional point guards, I got to go Magic, Isaiah, CP3's in that conversation, Jason Kidd. But I've got a separate list for that hybrid point guard, right? Which that includes guys like Steph and Iverson, West, and the great Oscar Robertson.
Now, here's Banchero. Following the miss by LaMelo Ball. 2 on the clock. Caruso. And it's off from three-point range. Bulls trail by 4. Knocks it loose. And stolen by Caruso. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
Yeah, that's great recognition by Alex Caruso. Saw the turnover and sped ahead of the defense for the score.
Now here's Harden. He's got 11. Wasted no time on that one.
How are you letting him
Monk's
bring
got
that?
6 points.
The D just sagged off just enough and no hesitation on his part.
So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group. Walker Kessler, he's checked in for Jalen Williams. Gordon comes in for Wiggins. Zachary Rizachet is checked in for Austin Reeves. And it's Jose Alvarado in for Malik Monk. A big group substitution here for Cleveland. Naz Reid, he's checked in for Miles Turner. Okongwu comes in for John Collins. Okoro, he's checked in for Paolo Banchero. And it's Isaiah Joe in for Alex Caruso. That's a great look at that move from the Connected Cam, sponsored by AT&T.
Well, what I love about Walker Kessler, he's a 7-footer who plays like a 7-footer.
He gets right to the rim, but the defense there to deter it.
And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Cavaliers.
Well, they're playing with great pace, pushing the ball up the floor and attacking before the defense can get set.
And the other thing, I love how they're playing up tonight, getting into ball handlers and forcing some turnovers.
Here's Ball. Out to the right wing. Launches it. Okoro shot is off. Bulls trail by 5. Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession. .24 seconds left in the first half. And Ball slams it in.
And he can carry a team. We've seen it from Ball before, and we're seeing it again. Definitely got to use the clock here and get the last shot.
Yeah, but if you get an open look, you got to think about taking it no matter how much time is left on the clock.
And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
Yeah, and you know they're tracking the tips and deflections because that tells you who's affecting the game.
Misses the layup. And so it's Cleveland headed to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. They'll get you back to the action after this break.
What a hoot and a holler. 32-25. I mean, all we got to do is get Harden tired. That nigga's still old. He nice, but he's still old. Get that nigga tired. Feel me?
Hey everybody, nothing like a little trade news to perk up your day. We'll take a look first at some transactions around the NBA.
Kuzma on the move. Every team needs those points. He's just so consistent with that shot.
Right. When you get nitty gritty, man, I got fresh legs.
In any system. I don't really expect an adjustment.
And turning our attention to the first half of our game tonight, bit of a rocky start for the Chicago Bulls. That'll do it for our show tonight.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. Man, we're seeing a tremendous game from LaMelo Ball.
It's something that isn't his strength, but he's done a great job of finding the open man.
Well, the way I see it, it's an added bonus. And you can see team chemistry really growing as a result of him racking up the assists.
On the court for Cleveland, we've got Naz Reid. Okongwu is out there with Alex Caruso. Then there's Banchero, and it's Schroeder in at the 1 spot.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Back to Harden. Strong work in close by Harden.
The numbers are talking. Harden with a huge night, showing great versatility.
People have said, Greg, he is a system unto himself. In fact, he said it about himself. James Harden's ability, GA, to break down defenses remains in rarefied air.
And even as he's lost a step now, his supreme skill level ensures he remains a threat on a nightly basis.
Schroeder passes to Banchero. Chicago grabs the miss. Lob pass to Gordon, and it's Gordon finishing it off.
He was practically levitating over the floor. Aaron Gordon.
Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. He takes it in from deep Harden. Oh, Harden so strong from distance.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Yeah, for sure. He is just oozing confidence. Thinks every shot is going in. They should just keep running sets for him.
And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Turner's checked in for Reed. John Collins comes in for Okongwu. Isaiah Joe, he's checked in for Alex Caruso. And it's Ball in for Dennis Schroeder. Turner with a screen on Harden. Here's Ball, and Ball slams it in.
And we've come to expect big things from LaMelo offensively. He loves to attack you on that end.
And Billy Donovan wants a timeout.
Got a Gatorade cup by their name.
Check in with this team and regroup.
Come on, Harden, get your ass
And here we can check out the story for James Harden.
And you can see the surge in his level of confidence lately. Just by looking at that true shooting percentage, it's been moving straight up in the past 5 games. I think he's feeling it.
Pass to Rizachet. Kessler setting the pick for Rizachet. Outside Gordon. 5 to shoot. And the shot goes in. Gordon's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Oh, wow. 4 or 5 to start the half. Coming out on fire.
Collins setting the pick for Ball. Inside. And finished off by Collins.
Collins so active around the rim.
Pass to Rizachet. Here's Reeves. Outside Gordon. A 3. The rebound by LaMelo Ball.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Banchero, right side.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession. Well, we've got a moment now to see this year's three-point contest and how it's shaping up. Let's take a look at some of the top candidates emerging as we see here some players who are likely to make the final cut.
Not too shabby of shooters on this list, Kevin. You gotta love the advancement and really the evolution of the three-point shot in today's game.
You look at Joe. He's going to need to leapfrog quite a few great shooters if he's going to be a part of the three-point festivities in All-Star Weekend. But, you know, maybe he can do it.
I mean, anything's possible, especially if he has a few big games from beyond the arc before All-Star Weekend. That'd give him a nice bump in the voting.
And we'll keep you posted as we find out more. And as we get closer to the three-point contest, once we have our final list of official contestants.
Yeah, it's going to be very competitive. That's the one thing we all know. We've got an incredible group of long-distance shooters in this league right now.
Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
Thanks. The Chicago Bulls retiring the jersey of hometown hero and former league MVP Derrick Rose. His coach with the Bulls, Tom Thibodeau, said, "The true measure of a man is how he handles adversity, and nobody did it better. He always found a way to rise above, and there's no question in my mind he is a Hall of Fame player." Back to you guys.
Okay, thank you, Allie. Here's Williams. No good on that one. Good work defensively by Turner. Here's Banchero. Ball from long range. Reeves with the rebound. Reeves has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Drives to the hoop. Nobody near Williams. And the Bulls with another miss.
Well, if you give him that shot again, I'm willing to bet he nails it, especially with that lack of defensive effort.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Turner with a screen on Monk. Ball with the bucket. Bulls got the lead up to 9 now for the Cavs.
Well, when you look at what he's provided them on the offensive end, it's been an important part of why they're leading.
Banchero, that's for 2. And so it's the Cleveland Cavaliers in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision.
Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Pass to Reeves. Over Banchero. Reeves can't hit. Cavaliers have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. So with Harden on the bench, here's the group that Billy Donovan has on the floor. Jose Alvarado is out there with Monk. Then it's Williams. Then it's Aaron Wiggins. And it's Reeves in at the 3, the small forward.
And really, after trailing the entire game, they've got to be feeling good about evening things up.
Yeah, guys, they've shown a ton of character in making this comeback. Now they've got to finish the job.
So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Walker Kessler, he's checked in for Williams. Gordon comes in for Wiggins. Zachary Rizachet, he's checked in for Malik Monk. And James Harden subbed in for Jose Alvarado. And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Naz Reid, he's checked in for Turner. Okongwu comes in for John Collins. Isaiah Joe, he's checked in for Paolo Banchero. And Ball subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here, we're just over 2.5 minutes into it.
And that is a big time.
You get a chance. Bro, why is it doing that? There we go. Fried. Alright, right. Goes under the screen. Like a dumbass. Come on, no.
LaMelo entered the league at 19 with such high expectations. This young man ball is used to the spotlight.
Hey, no, that shit is funny.
Fires.
He goes like every set.
They need buckets to stay in this game. That's not the shot they're looking for.
Picked by Reed. Now Ball. Now Reed. Off the glass.
Not easy inside there for Reed, but he made something happen.
Harden. Outside Gordon. Another chance here. The putback. Sees him with the putback.
The big man delivered. Kessler just went to work.
Ball against Harden. Reeves flips down the board. And Reeves has got the ball here for the Chicago Bulls. Here is Gordon. Now Reeves. Launches it. It's good.
He is just so clutch, saving his best for when the pressure is at its highest.
Banchero's checked in for Cleveland.
Well, when Gordon is on his game, he affects every part of the game at both ends.
And here is Ball. Okongwu with a screen on Harden. Pocket six. A great pass leads him right to the rack.
That is world class.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Billy Donovan was saying to the team. He encourages guys to stick with it, saying, I don't care what the scoreboard says. If we can play hard, that's all that matters. We can be the stronger team. So that's what Coach is looking for.
Great work as always, Allie. Thank you. Harden against Ball. Here's Banchero. Jacks up a three. Reed almost hits the putback.
Just one of many things Reed contributes on the floor. His ability to save plays by just being in the right place.
Outside Gordon. 24 seconds left in the fourth. And it's sent back by Okongwu. Takes it inside. And there's the dunk.
Well, I like how Okongwu put his head down there. Went right through the lane.
Chicago calls timeout. They're behind by 8. Guys, your thoughts?
And I don't think they'll be able to climb out of this hole.
Well, I've been in this spot more times than I'd like to admit. All you can do is tell your guys to hold their heads up and finish strong.
They recover it. Puts up the three. No good there. And so it's Cleveland winning this one. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd.
That's the #1 team in the East. And then we play him again right after. Lose. These niggas got. Well, I got Jaylen Brown. I got 40 and lost. Poop nigga.